Okay, so to start out, we're going to review our personal information words. In your binders, you can turn to page 11 and 12 to help. If you don't remember some of these words, there's what it means on page 11, and then you practiced with your own personal information on page 12. So, let's review. Who can tell me what a first name is, bless you, or what a first name is, or what their first name is? So what is a first name and what is your first name? Fabi?
My first name is Tavi.
Good.
And last name is Tavi.
Okay, good. So you gave us your last name too. So an example of a first name is Tavi, and then the last name is Ta. What's the difference between a first name and a last name? Yeah, they'll probably sound different if it's two different names. How do we know if it's a first name or a last name?
You have your last name?
Mm-hmm. And the difference is the first name comes where? Where do we write it?
First.
First. Yeah, and then where do we write the last name?
Second.
Yep, it's the second one. Sometimes we have what? First name, last name, or middle name. Good, guys. That moves us into MI. What does MI mean? Say it up. Yeah, good. The first letter of your middle name. So it is the middle name, but not the whole thing. It's that first letter. Do you remember what I stands for in MI?
Initial.
Ooh, yeah, good, guys. Initial. So middle, initial. Do you have to have a middle name?
No.
Some people
Who says yes, you have to have it, you need it? Who says no, you don't have to have it? You may have it, you may not. Okay, good. It doesn't matter. Some people have it, some people don't. Who has it? Who has a middle name? Abe, what is your middle name?
Me.
Good, very good. So you have your first initial N, and then your middle name. Good. Who else had their hand up? What's yours, Handy? And P? What's the full name? Good, and then the initial is? Good, perfect. Okay. Good, good. Next. D-O-B. Don't yell it out. Raise your hands. D-O-B. Fatwa. Good. Date of birth, or birthday, right? So, how do we write it? Somebody raise their hand. Rahaf, do you want to come up and write yours? Yeah, you can do dashes too. Excellent. And in the United States, what do we put first?
1 0.
You can all yell out.
Date.
Is it the month or the date?
The
date.
Let's take a vote. In the United States, do we put the month? Hands up.
Yes.
Or do we do the date?
Month and day, both of us.
We do need both. Month first, and then date.
In my country, it's date first.
Yep, it's switched in a lot of countries, right? But in the United States, month first, and then
Date.
and then year. Very good. And there's two ways to write the year. Do you remember those two different ways? Sometimes they have you write it one way and sometimes the other, Rahaf.
You can put 2003 or just 03.
Perfect. You can put all four numbers, like 2003, or like Rahaf said, and wrote 03, the last two numbers. Good, guys. Let's hear from somebody new. So raise your hand. What is gender? What is gender, Rasha?
If you're female or male.
Good, if you're female or male. And And a
It's a female
female,
and animal. Animal. It's an animal.
female or male? What's a female?
The girl.
Girl or woman, and the male is boy or man. Right. Excellent. Okay. Hands up for address.
It's an address house.
House. House what?
You live in.
Where you live in.
Zena, help them out a little bit.
Lakes or like
Good. And Daniel helped you out. The numbers, like the number that corresponds with where your house is. Okay. So you need the numbers and the street for your address. So I'll put an example. 1, 2, 3, South 27th Street. Okay, so you need the numbers and the street. What's
It's a
our
city.
city?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Zip code.
And what state? We don't
Wisconsin.
have what state?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, how can we write it?
I
WI. Good guys. Zip
It's a
code. Does that mean? Ooh, let's raise our. I know it's good, you guys. Ahead. What's yours? 53221.
Oh, it's my zip code too.
Trick question. Does anybody know the zip code of the school? Of the school?
5320.
Ooh, good. That's Hamilton's zip code. Okay, now, who can describe to me what an emergency contact is? Raise your hand. Emergency contact.
What?
Hold on. Emergency contact. I'm waiting for a new hand. Mr. Haig.
If you get something bad to have someone come to help.
Perfect. So say you're writing an application for a job or for a summer program, and they say, who is your emergency contact? Rahik said, if you get hurt, that's someone that they know to call to let them know. So very, very good. Can you give us an example of an appropriate, a good emergency contact? A family member, little brother, does that work?
No.
No. Who in the family? An adult, like, what do you think? Mother, father, yeah, very good. Okay.
Your brother.
Grandma.
Grandma. I think you say grandma.
Mom, dad, maybe a grandmother or grandfather if you live with them. Maybe even an aunt or an uncle if you have a close relationship to them. Okay, question. If they say, who is your emergency contact? If they say, who is your emergency
Mom and
contact?
dad.
But Ayub, should we write mom and dad?
No.
No, Zainab, help us out.
Like you write the number and the name so they know.
Yeah, the name, the first name and the last name. Very good. And then, what is relationship? When they ask about your emergency contact, what does relationship mean to you?
Mom.
Did you lose it?
So relationship like.
It's okay. We'll have someone help you out. Rahaf?
Mom and dad. If I write my dad name, I have to write dad.
Good. So how you know them? What is your connection to them or your relationship to them? Good. And then signature. Signature.
Your parents' signature or your signature.
What is a signature?
You sign.
Sign what? Hello.
No.
How are you? What do you put?
You put a real sign. Like this.
What does that say?
Are you?
What's Ayub to you?
What's my name?
Exactly. The signature is your name, and can somebody tell me why do we write our names fancy? Why do we make a signature of our name? Hold on, hold on. Let's get somebody new. Why do we make our name look special? Why is
Because
that? Hold on, I'm gonna wait for somebody new. Why is that important?
Because they
Anybody?
don't use your sign.
Okay, Rahaf, you're itching to tell me. What is it? Why do we make our name fancy?
It's yours.
So we know it's yours? Why would somebody want to take your signature? They don't.
Like sometimes some people like need to do bad things, so they feel like your signature not special, so they can do like
I
what
can
other.
copy it.
Absolutely.
It has to be special, so no one can take it.
Perfect, exactly. Your signature is important. You do it fancy. You want it to be special so that people cannot copy yours. Okay? Perfect. Cree's practicing his in the front. Ayub's practicing his. Excellent. All right. Do we have any questions?
No.
No questions?
I'm not in my phone.
If you get stuck and you forget what some of these are, right? They're right on the board for you, and they're also in pages 11 and 12 in your binders. We're going to move to page 18 now. We're going to move to page 18 now. Page 18. You got it? You got it?
It should be JT.
Yes, dear. Yeah, go ahead. Fine.
You skip the number. Oh.
Yeah, that's correct. This is right. Okay, is everybody on page 18? Fast, speed. Your page 18. Here's page 18, guys. So, the directions at the top of the page say you answer these questions about yourself. Ready, ladies? You answer these questions about yourself. So, all about me. Number 1, my last